Hello world, how you doing? The name is Yami and you're watching Yami Speaks, and today we are having a chit chat with Simi, um, one of an incredible artist, writer, and so much more. And hi Simi.
Hello. Okay. Good.
You good?
Yes, I'm good.
Awesome. First of all, I want to thank you for agreeing to this because some people want to be looking and all that stuff. Thank you for accepting such. And yeah, Simi, what's your full name and where are you from?
My full name is Lillian Simuli Waliola, but I take over the name Simi, Mimi, or Sisi, just because people can't pronounce my name correctly, so that's why I decided to shorten it. And I'm from Kenya, but I came to Cyprus to study, which is going pretty well.
It
Sarcastic, right?
is.
Um, and also, I can call myself, I won't call myself an artist really, but then I can call myself like I'm more of a writer than an artist.
Oh, correct. Well, yeah, and then we're going to talk about the reason why she's here. We're going to talk about her thesis. She wrote a thesis on spoken word. And if you don't know what a thesis is a long thesis that's written by a candidate in university from master level going onwards. So it's more like a dissertation, but when it's from master level going onwards, it's called a thesis. So we're talking about the thesis in spoken word. So yeah, what's your background in terms of poetry and what have you done in the writing sphere so far and leading it to where you are right
Okay, I think when that question's a little bit broad for me, if I start talking about poetry, what how I got into poetry, I'll start saying I got into poetry when I was in grade two, that is class two in my country, and I was about 8 years old when one of my teachers introduced me to performing solo pieces for the Kenyan Music Festival. That's where I started from. Then I built, okay, I'll just say, I built my foundation from there. From 8 years old, 8, 9, 10, I took a break. I came back again when I was about 13 years old. And when I was 13, I got actually got a certificate for it because I got promotion one for one under one composed solo was speaking. And then when I went to high school, I went back to performance, but still, I was under solo verse speaking, and I was also in choral verse speaking. And plus, for that, I also developed some interest in public speaking. But when I was 14, I discovered I could write poems. And when I discovered I could write, I was using it as a gateway to channel out my emotions because I don't call myself a troubled teenager. I wasn't a troubled teenager. Hi, mom, I love you. I'm not troubled. You did a good job. I love you. But I'm I'm someone who likes expressing himself so much. And if I find it hard to talk about it, I can show you people who call me a keyboard terrorist. I'm a keyboard terrorist. I will type everything I need to type and I will tell it to you just the way it is. So by the time I was 14, I was writing. When I got to 15, I was performing again. I went back to the same. And when I reached, I call it Form 4. For us, it's called Form 4. When I was in Form 4, I started doing poetry competitions, like just writing. Doing poetry competitions, writing. And my teacher of English back then in high school, he was dealing with students performing in the Kenya Music Festivals again, the secondary level and tertiary level. And he motivated me to write a poem under Son of Speaking. That I did it for one of the students, and she went to compete. That was the first time ever I discovered I could write pieces that can go to perform in national festivals. And from there onwards, I kept on doing it. And the girl who was performing one of my poems got to the provincial level. And then from there, she became number three. And when you become number three, because of the national level and all that. But sadly, the writer is not recognized. The person who gets the recognition is the performer.
yeah.
So from there, joined campus, and in campus, when I thought I had a special gift, like oh I'm a superhero, I can, but then I discovered that people out there who are writing normal poetry. Then from there, I got to started taking poetry events in Nairobi, There was one, the first poetry event I ever attended was called Street Poetry. It happens, it was happening the first Sunday of every month at a place called Agakanok. And so I got to make so many friends. I met people who were performing pieces, like pieces, I call them pieces of poetry. But then when I went deep into whatever they were performing, I discovered it's called spoken word poetry. And to me, it sounded so musical. Like the way they would perform it so passionately, and they will infuse English in it, Swahili in it, and the local, I'll call it a dialect, but it's more of a slang called share with it. It made me create an interest in it so much more. And I started to attend spoken word events more. Like then I didn't get to discover, oh, there's some poetry competitions in the country. And I said to attend. And from there, I ended up making friends again. Now, friends from what now the spoken word industry in Kenya. And that is how my passion for poetry kept on growing and growing. And I wanted to know more about it. Like, is spoken word only found in Kenya, or there are other people outside there who are doing it?
So does it mean in Kenya it's a really big scene, like poetry?
At first, I would say at first, it wasn't. They were not accepting spoken word poetry in the country until there's a guy. We call him Smita. He's called Smita. He's an author, stock editor for newspaper. We call him Smita. Smita used to have like a section in the newspaper where he writes the column. Smita did a book called What If I'm a Literary Gangster? And from that book, so many professors from the literature side of education stood up and were like, this is not poetry. They were telling me, this is not poetry. It is not poetry. We cannot accept this as poetry. It's more of gangster language. It doesn't qualify as poetry. But through Smita, he is the one who opened a way for most of these spoken word poets in the country. If it's not our algorithm, that is how I know, because it's through Smita we ended up getting to have more people talking about this type of, I would call it controversial type of poetry. But as time went by, as it kept on growing and growing and growing, more poets came up, started to speak up. So many, like there's one is called Poet Teardrops. The reason why I let Teardrops speak up that he talks in plays language and everything, and he challenges the society. Most of them challenge society, but I find his poetry quite close to my heart because he questions things that people are not willing to question. He questions it, but then the type of language he uses, it was what brought an issue to the people, to the ones who call themselves, I don't call them smarty pants. It's an insult. The ones who call themselves knowledgeable when it comes to the field of literature. So,
I think that's interesting because the reason why I also love spoken word is the fact that spoken word is a bit more free. Like, I used to think poetry was all Shakespeare, and God forbid I would throw shade on William Shakespeare. His stuff was legit. But then I felt like what spoken word was more flexibility, because all you need is the message from it. But then the flaws of written poetry is some people end up being grammar artists, obviously trying to introduce the support part, use the proper songs, and so forth and so forth. And sometimes you get too complicated into the jargon of stuff, and then you end up killing the message instead. And I feel like spoken word is really the one thing in our society also, considering that most people will know how to speak. Sometimes they're lazy to write, obviously, and so forth. But it's still there because I also write, and then I have to perform it later on so that I can feel the emotions of the art and so forth. But then to you now, so what's the you're studying, what are you studying again?
Doing a master's in English language and literature.
What's your undergrad background?
My undergrad background is the Bachelor of Education in English language and literature.
So you're actually a super fan of English.
I will say I'm a super fan of literature. I'm more into literature compared to English because yeah, I understand. I speak good English. I can take any accent I want and anything. I can do that. But when it comes to literature, I love reading. My mother developed a reading culture in me that I really love reading. I'm one person who can sit down and take a child's book and I will read it and I will analyze each and everything. And out of it, I will actually sit down and tell you this book has a message in it and it says this, this, and this. The same with movies, animations for children. I love cartoons. I will sit down and I'll say, I watch it actually. So it's because of my mom that I developed a reading culture. Because she loves English. She's one person who will take newspaper. All the like mom will still love me, I love you so much. But she's one person who when she gets the daily newspaper, like all the newspapers in the house, all the gossip puzzles of things, that's what she loves English with. And her bringing us up talking English, like the first language we learned was English. Then followed by Swahili. Then after that, I started to learn my mother tongue. My mother tongue is the third language. I speak a little bit of it and I understand a little bit of it. But literature is really close to my heart because of my mom. It's really close to my heart because of her.
I do get the part with literature. I still remember when I used to study literature also, there's this thing. But the thing is, here more and more of the language as opposed to literature, because to me language is more than just letters, it's more like an expression to my sense. But literature is it's a good thing that it's happening to our society. And I wanted to know, so what inspired you to write a thesis on spoken word? Like you could have written. I want you to explain also that you're the first of a kind on this one in your university also. Like it's something that nobody has ever seen. And also I would want to know when you're answering me, I want you to think about the struggles that you went through also, because you're presenting something that is a bit different, and the society is quite rigid to change. And this reminds me of something that happened, I think it was last year, when a Harvard student wrote a thesis on, I think it's hip hop actually, and it got so much waves because it was Harvard and so forth. But yeah, this is happening, and this is like Near East. I know people wouldn't even want to ask like, what is Near East and stuff. Someone did the same thing in Harvard, and then everybody clarified. But when it comes to universities like which are lower than that, they criticize their own. But when we have Harvard agreeing to a hip hop thesis, what makes these other universities rigid to change?
So I'll answer the first part, then I'll answer the second part. So, first part, like I said, in my class, I was the only one doing English language and literature first of all. Everybody else was doing English language teaching, and I have a thing for poetry. They were not offering poetry under my courses. They were offering grammar courses more compared to literature courses. So, since I love poetry, and anyway, like let's be honest, it's too basic to analyzing a book is so basic. Like it's basic. So let me get a book and then analyze it in terms of the theme of governance. Too basic. The theme of society, how society views something. It's too basic. This is something I want to give them. They are used to the British type of poetry. They're used to romanticism type of poetry, whatever, I mean, colonialism, and what. Almost like the classes when it comes to literature and everything. First thing that came to my mind is I love poetry. So I'm the only black child in class. When I say black, okay, yeah, well, Libyans are Africans, but when I say black, I mean melanin, black, melanin. No hating on anyone, but I was recognized as the only black child in class because can you give you a funny part when I came in? First time I stepped in class, this was one of my lecturers. Hello, do you speak English? Yeah, in the master's class, I was asked that if I'm able to speak English. And I answered back, yes, in my country we speak English. It's official language, this is this. And she goes like, wow, class, you hear that? Everybody in her class speaks English. And I was like, okay. That's kind of like, I'm ignorant a little bit, because it doesn't mean that, because I'm from Africa, that doesn't mean that we don't speak in English. We do speak in English. So from there, that's one thing that actually made me become curious about poetry again. I wanted to touch on poetry, especially my first thesis proposal was on poetry in Kenya. And when I went to the board, the proposal, like the panel of the lecturers were there. The first thing I was told, this was said on my face, there is no such thing as spoken word poetry. It was said on my face, well, there's no such thing as spoken word poetry. Can you look for something else to talk about? Yes, you can deal with poetry, but then there is no such thing as spoken word poetry. There is poetry by Shakespeare, there is poetry by so and so, there's poetry by so and so, but there's no such thing as spoken word poetry. And I'm going for my supervisor, God bless her. She was given she was given my topic and everything, and plus she thought you're going to give it million, she's under you and everything. She took it upon herself, and you know, also thank God for Google. Google is helping people to remove ignorance from their heads. Thank you, Google. We appreciate you. She went and just Googled spoken word poetry, and the material she came across shocked her. It was like, wait, this thing actually exists. And when she went further and further into it, she got to say, wait, it's also related to people. Wait, it comes from the time of Martin Luther King. Wait, it's deals with my so even to her, she also created an interest in it. And she called me to her office and she was like, Lyndon, look, I have done this, and I have said, we're taking this, we're going to make this, we're going to work on this. But I want you to focus on the following thing. It's a broad thing, okay, you're doing poetry in Kenya, yes, but then can you break down the questions, do this and do this? So from there, I thought, why not? Why can't I just do a comparison between spoken word poetry in Kenya and one of the first countries I came up with had spoken word poetry start, and it was America. And I found one of them, I won't call her controversial, but to me, she is controversial. I like her pieces, and that is Andrea Gibson. I decided to work with Andrea Gibson. And in Kenya, I decided to take a poet, it's called Ken Kibeko, because we know him as Professor. And I decided to work with the two of them because their works are almost similar. Both of them are trying to push for social justice. Like everyone in the minority of society should be heard. And the best part is, Mufasa is a feminist. This is a man who's a feminist. And while Andrea Gibson is a feminist, she's gay. She supports the LGBTQ community. And I thought, why not merge these two? One is bringing together because one is a voice for the women, another is a voice for the minority in the US, the LGBTQ society, and the black people. So why not merge the two of them? And they get to show them that there is spoken word poetry. And this type of poetry, what it deals with is, it is a voice for the people who want to be heard. It is just a voice. It's a channel for the people who want to be heard. They want to talk about the issues. Because when you go deep into the history of spoken word poetry, you get to see that it is all about the minority groups wanting to talk, to address the issues. Because in Africa, the first country that I saw that had spoken word poetry was South Africa. They were spearheading it. When did spoken word poetry come in South Africa? Apart during the time for apartheid. Apartheid or apartheid. I call it apartheid. During that time, during the period, when they wanted their voice heard and when they were protecting everything. So, still, compared to the type of poetry that Shakespeare was writing back then and to what we have right now, you get to see a very big difference. Very, very big difference. This was other voice of the minority. They are talking about issues affecting society right now, racism, male privilege, LGBTQ people being murdered, hate crimes, all that. So comparing the two is what I wanted people to see, and also that to show them, as much as people are from two different countries, all they're trying to do is one thing: they are unifying to be a voice of the weak, people who cannot talk and express themselves.
That's really awesome, man. It being it being it being a medium to express stuff also. But yeah, thank you very much. And that stuff I'm gonna put a link on my description of her blogs. She does write awesome stuff, and that was Simi for you. And thank you very much for coming. And
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
please do like, subscribe so much more. And I'm so glad I had this chit chat with Simi. Yeah. So everybody,
Bye bye.
bye for now.